Hey buddy, it's Crazy4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the last one, we went through Classic mode and ran through as Greninja, the last of the Pokemon, at least in this row. This time around, we're going to be heading through Classic mode, running through as R.O.B, the robot, the robotic operating buddy, as he is fully called. So check out R.O.B's, well, first things first, R.O.B is actually an unlockable character in Smash Wii U as he is in 3DS, just with a different way to unlock him. So in Wii U, in order to unlock R.O.B, you have to either play 60 versus matches or play through 10 rounds of Crazy Orders and then defeat Crazy Hand, a mode that we'll take a look at later on. But then doing one of those two methods, R.O.B must then be defeated on Wrecking Crew. So yeah, unlockable character. Do with that what you will. So now check out R.O.B's palette swaps. We got the standard NES coloration for R.O.B. We have also the original Famicom colors for R.O.B. Then we have a yellow and black color, Bumblebee R.O.B. We've got a light pink and purple R.O.B., a blue R.O.B., a army R.O.B., a green R.O.B., also a light blue, a red, and back to NES. Okay, let's get right into it and see how R.O.B is going to do for us here in Smash Classic 7.0. And why is Greninja there? I have no clue. Last episode we saw Jigglypuff was like present there and now Greninja's there. I don't know how that works, but okay. So what do I want to go for first? I think I'm gonna go for a big match first, or maybe I could start off small. Let's start off small and then we'll go from there. So we'll just do a quick like 3-person free-for-all. So yes, R.O.B, a veteran from back in Brawl, coming back here in Smash 4, and he's stayed relatively the same with some minor changes to some of his moves. I don't know, we'll get more into it as we play R.O.B and like talk more about him, but I think R.O.B has kind of like he's kind of like a mixed bag in terms of like if he's gotten better in Smash Wii U or Smash 4, or if he's gotten like worse than in Brawl. I don't know. We'll take a look at it in a moment. But R.O.B, of course, he's here. He's a character that is actually pretty heavy, 10th heaviest character in the game, but has a pretty good overall mobility as a character, even though he is pretty damn heavy. He's got above average walking speed, air speed, falling speed, and fast falling speeds, and also decent air acceleration. He's got high traction, strong jumps, and low gravity, which makes him almost as mobile as a middleweight character. So he's got the weight of a heavyweight, but a lot of stats of a middleweight, which is pretty interesting to think about. And also has a better jumping ability than most heavyweights and middleweights. So it has quite a lot going for him already. As for his playstyle, he's more of a zoning focused character with having a lot of versatile projectiles, namely in his neutral B and his down B. And he can also fight effectively in close quarters, unlike back in Brawl. So that's at least one thing that we're noticing from his difference between games. He's definitely a little bit better in close fights than he was back in Brawl. As for his projectiles though, his neutral B, the Robo Beam, which we showed off just briefly in that fight, it's a pretty good long range attack that it can charge up, and it can also like just hit people from quite a bit away. So it definitely, again, really good long range attack, and like the more you wait to use it, the more powerful it's going to be, the more useful it's going to be. It can also be angled, so like yeah, I mean we'll get more into it later, but like that's like one of his best projectiles to utilize for sure. You get out of here. Damn, backdoor is doing surprisingly very, very well. I didn't expect that, but it is. Also, did he just like hit? I don't know. I guess R.O.B's like a pretty chunky boy. How that didn't do anything? It should have. Hold up. You stop. Boom! Boom! What is happening? Oh, I got the star. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Excuse me, Toon Link. You want to like leave, please? Oh man, he is like staying here for no reason. Please. Okay, so you know what, Robin, take the kill for all I care. We also have his down special, the Gyro, which is a good chargeable attack as well, and can become an item after he fires it. Just a really good spacing and combo tool, and useful for a KO sometimes. And then his side B, the Arm Rotor, actually is a good reflecting projectile attack. That's obviously it reflects projectiles, it makes them stronger than their original power, and also now has KO potential, unlike back in Brawl. As for his aerials though, his neutral aerial is a great spacing tool, it's a good combo starter, and it can also KO in near blast zones. Very solid move all around for R.O.B. His up aerial is a strong juggle/KO tool. It's also just in general one of his best moves. The back aerial is a pretty strong move that damages very well, and also aids in recovery very slightly. What just happened? A bomb apparently just went off somehow. Let me get that medal real quick. That'd be great to utilize. There we go. A nice kill on Charizard there. The down aerial is also just his main meteor smash attack. Very strong one if you can hit it off. Useful to utilize too for meteor smashing. And finally, the forward aerial, a very quick move that is his fastest aerial, and it's also very useful for spacing and edge guarding. So he's got all around very solid aerials, each with like their different utilities. As for his KO power, definitely stronger than it was back in Brawl. As now he has more reliable KO options. His up aerial, back aerial, up throw, arm rotor, and buffed smash attacks all can kill. His forward, up, and down smash all are now improved, having more range and in general stronger knockback. As for grab game, his grabs are pretty quick, but just have very short range. His up throw is a very high damaging KO option and good for combo potential. His down throw is a reliable combo starter, notably into the up aerial. And the forward and back throws are very useful for spacing, edge guards, or KOs at very high percentages. So yeah, all around very good grab game as well. Now let's see if I can do something. Now we're in the second match. Oh, that was risky. Oh, you know what? That works. Even though it's not my KO, I'll take Luigi, you know, screwing up. Actually, he kind of just got baited by Pac-Man there, which is kind of funny. Get out of here, Pits. What are you trying? What are you trying? Ugh, damn. Again, oh, that hit? I'm not complaining. I'm just very confused. Okay, this is gonna be scary though. I need to be very careful about this assist trophy. This is not one I want to really mess around with. Nice, get that move right there. Oh, come on, how did I not hit or finish the attack? Hold up. Oh, there we go, good hit there. Can we show off his final smash already? That'd be kind of crazy. There we go, let's do it. Oh man, I'm just out of range. Oh, but Pit is actually stupid as hell, so he just like ran right into it. You know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. But going into his weaknesses as a character, his KO moves are often pretty laggy or just in general short-ranged. His arm-based attacks do have smaller and weaker hitboxes. He also has the shortest grab range in the game, which I'm very surprised about. A larger hurtbox and faster falling speed, which makes him more vulnerable to combos. Aerials are not really all that great for breaking combos, as they're very slow or just have limited coverage. And his zoning is also weakened due to projectile nerfs. His gyro is weaker, there's no more glide tossing, and the robo beam is weak. It's slower now. Oh, I forgot she has that up B. That's a very weird one. There we go. Oh, come on. I didn't even finish the attack there. What the heck is that? Oh, actually, this might be a decent match to have. R.O.B, can you not counter me every 2 seconds? Like, damn, Bayonetta, relax. Okay, relax, chill. Excuse me? How the hell did I not reverse that? Okay, there we go. Got a good hit there. Careful of the king, whatever his name is. I don't play much Zelda, so I can't really say. There we go, good up smash there. There we go, nice. Throw that. And a double kill with the home run. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. And he also does struggle versus characters with just bare projectiles, like Sheik and Diddy Kong, or just characters with projectile counters, like Fox for the Reflector, or Villager with the Pocket move. As for custom moves though, he's got some pretty interesting ones. The wide angle beam is a move that he has that gives him wider aim, but just with less damage. And the infinite robo beam, which has constant shots, but is just overall weaker. The reflector arm has a longer reflection, but it is stationary. The backward rotor, arm rotor is shorter, faster, and pushes him back. The high speed burner has less fuel to it, but just has better recovery mobility. The Robo Rocket is a traditional recovery, but it's just in general weaker. And the fire gyro has more damage, but just less distance to it. And finally, the slip gyro is able to slide and also trips foes. So some usability to his custom moves. Nothing really all that like, you know, like this is for sure gonna be better. Just again, whatever you prefer to use. I'm getting my butt handed to me by these freaking Mii fighters as per usual. Again, I'm like just out of range for them. There we go, there we go. Concentrate, just get these guys out of here. We don't need them around. Do I even want to bother with the party ball? I mean, yeah, I'll get it started up, and if it's anything good, then I'll utilize it. But you see, this is what happens when I lock the heck in. I'm able to like do some crazy good stuff against these Mii fighters. They like don't even stand a chance. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, destroyed. Destroyed. Okay, so as an overall character, he is a good defensive character, but just a flexible heavyweight zoner. He does rely less on projectiles than from back in Brawl. He's more heavily on close range combat in this game. His stronger KO ability makes him more threatening overall, and he's also considered improved compared to Brawl with some notable mains with Holy, Mr. Eric, and 8-Bit Man. But obviously, you know, talking about Brawl R.O.B and actually doing a little bit of a comparison already, let's give a full comparison between Brawl and Smash 4 R.O.B, because there's quite a bit that that's changed for R.O.B. A good bit of buffs, good bit of nerfs, a good little bit of everything, honestly. As for his general buffs and improvements since Brawl, he does have stronger KO potential overall, as his up aerial, down smash, and others now kill more reliably. And he also benefited from Smash 4 mechanics and weaker SDI, which allows for multi-hit moves to connect better, and also hit stun changes, which allow for better combos. The rage mechanic greatly boosts his KO power, and his heavyweight plus stronger recovery let him use it very effectively. As well as his significantly improved mobility since Brawl, having a faster dash, faster walk, faster dash, airspeed, falling speed, acceleration, and gravity, which makes him just much less sluggish than back in Brawl. And also his up aerial connects more reliably, the final hit is just generally stronger, and his neutral air has more combo potential. So a lot of very strong buffs that he received. However, he has some pretty big nerfs as well, big weaknesses. His general zoning has been weaked, as the Robo Beam is slower and the gyro is weaker and slower to fire. He is hurt pretty badly by removal of glide tossing, reducing his approach options. He became a larger target, and also on top of that having a reduced range on several moves, which makes him easier to hit. His higher fall speed and gravity makes him more resilient, but also makes him more easier to combo. His frame data has also been nerfed. He's gotten more startup and end lag with shorter move durations. His aerial game is worse, having a lower short hop, more landing lag on his forward air and back air, and also stricter auto cancel windows. Several of his KO moves have also been nerfed despite being stronger overall, with his forward smash, back aerial now being laggier, or just having weaker sour spots. His forward aerial is weaker and with having more end lag. Neutral aerial is weaker despite combo utility. His down aerial is weaker, and his back aerial is much laggier. And also, finally, his recovery is weaker. His recovery, the Robo Burner, is slower and also covers less distance, has a faster fall speed, and a nerfed back air, which make returning and also on top of that having the nerf back air, which make returning to stage much harder than it was before. So when it comes to, you know, R.O.B transitioning between Brawl and Smash 4, his KO power is overall better, that we can definitely see and agree on, but his nerfs to zoning, frame data, and aerials and recovery do sort of outweigh the buffs for the most part, which is kind of crazy to think about. Even though he's got some strong buffs, those nerfs really do hinder him a lot. He is forced into a mix of zoning and close range fighting, but does struggle due to laggy frame data and having a large hitbox. He does gain some easier matchups against like Meta Knight, DDD, Falco, and Olimar being nerfed, but struggles very badly against characters like Bayonetta and Cloud and other characters. And so overall, he is actually generally considered worse than in Brawl, though he is still a very viable character. So just crazy to think about, like, a lot of good things about R.O.B came, you know, from him being put into Smash 4, but it just in general he's just a worse character than he was in Brawl, which is kind of funny to think about. Very, very funny to think about. But there you have it. That's R.O.B's Classic Mode run through. Pretty solid. Actually had a lot of fun with that one. Okay, let's get these credits rolling. So yeah, R.O.B has a lot of good strengths to him. I think his Nair is definitely like one of his best moves, like overall. It's really like strong, powerful move that like it's slow, it is a bit laggy obviously, but it's just such a good option against characters and even against something like as simple as this, like classic mode. It actually hits a lot all at once. I think this is by far the best option to utilize here for the credits. I'm definitely excited about having a good option for these credits. Let's get this Smart Bomb real quick, see what it can do. Okay, I did like really not anything, but you know what, we'll take it, I guess. Or even is like, I think I got everything, at least most of the stuff on top, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, I mean like when it's really weird thinking about the transition that R.O.B had from Brawl to Smash 4, as you know, I did overall for many years actually think he was just generally better in Smash 4 than he was back in Brawl. He was fun back in Brawl, but he was definitely lacking a lot of stuff that I feel like they really added to him and his arsenal here in Smash 4. But just like reading the different like buffs and nerfs he received between games, it really becomes pretty clear, especially if you are like a pretty heavy R.O.B player and you like know how he works and like you know how to like fine-tune him and all that stuff. Like you can really see the differences between like Brawl and Smash 4 R.O.B, especially in like a more competitive sense, right? Obviously in like, you know, if you're just playing for fun, then like maybe it's harder to see. But like, yeah, in a competitive sense, it definitely can be tricky to like transition between Brawl and Smash 4 R.O.B. If he's like a lot better in one game than the other, then like it could be like, yeah, you know what I mean. You know, it's kind of the same for any character. How did I miss that? Man, R.O.B, what is that range of yours? Holy crap, that was a terrible miss. Okay then, fine, it is what it is. Let's check out R.O.B's taunts real quick since we're here. So we got the up taunt, we got the side taunt, and finally the down taunt. Kind of reminiscent of like the original R.O.B on the NES accessory, but pretty nice, pretty nice. Interestingly, how they showcased the Famicom colors, or Famicom skin for R.O.B, not even the NES skin, which I'm very surprised about. I guess they just kind of like filmed one ending sequence for R.O.B in Japan and just like kind of kept it for the rest of the world. I guess so. That probably makes the most amount of sense to me. Alright, let's go ahead and check out R.O.B's moveset real quick, see it in full detail. So of course, as per usual, the Final Smash, we checked it out in Classic Mode, but this is a new, I think it has the same name as before back in Brawl, but it is quite different. This is the Super Diffusion Beam. So yeah, back in Brawl, it was just like a move. It was a move that R.O.B utilized where he can still move around and he became invincible while shooting out some like various beams from his you know, his eyes. In this game though, he becomes a lot more stationary and has a big beam with like some like a fork kind of thing that you can angle at the beginning, and then later it leads into like a big zap from his Robo Beam. So pretty cool Final Smash, decently powerful. It can do some damage. I mean, only like 34% as we saw from Samus. But it is, yeah, it's kind of comparable to like Samus's Zero Laser in some senses, not all, but some. But yeah, so that's the Final Smash, pretty cool one. Then we got the neutral special, which is of course the Robo Beam. It has like technically 3 different options to it. It is his main long-range attack, and it becomes stronger as you wait for it to like charge. And the full, that's the standard version, which is just the Robo Beam. But the full version, where it just becomes like a bigger laser beam, that's the Super Robo Beam. You can kind of like tell from Rob's blinking light on his head. It's blinking right now, which means the Robo Beam is available to use. But when it's blinking that fast, then it becomes the Super Robo Beam, which of course, as per usual, can be angled, and when he is weak on it, when he just used it, he can't really use it at all, and it just becomes like a very strict, like close range attack. But yeah, so that's the move, and it's pretty cool. It can also bounce off of like walls and stuff, which can be like you can make it very tactical if you know how to use them well. There's a side B, which of course is the arm rotor, a pretty decent close range attack that allows him to like move back and forth a little bit, and also do a little bit of angling with the attack. Consistently pressing the button will extend the range of it as well, or at least the duration of it. And he does like a final hit at the end, compared to Brawl, where he just kind of does the spin, and that's about it. A good projectile reflection move, and also, yeah, that's about it. A pretty decent KO option too, either on stage or even off stage. Then we got the up special, which is the Robo Burner, his recovery, which is very versatile. He can utilize it a lot. It is one that does require him to charge it though, as if you utilize it and then let it die off and try to utilize it again, it's gonna have much shorter you know, power to it, right? You won't be able to like utilize it as a full recovery. But if he does use it and you're in it, you can like use it, hop out of it, use it again, hop out of it, use it again, and you don't even go into free fall mode at all. You can actually like go into like another attack and then do something like fall into your opponent. It's pretty great. It's probably one of the best recoveries in the game, if I want to say. So probably not as good as back in Brawl though. And finally, the down special, which is of course the gyro, and a chargeable attack that's auto chargeable. Can be, of course, the charge can be saved and utilized again later. But he holds it once he finishes charging it, and then once you press the buttons again, he throws out a projectile, and then actually stays on stage as a throwable projectile, either by R.O.B himself, or if enemies get to handling the gyro, they can also utilize it for some projectile usage. So it's pretty useful, very, very versatile tool, highly useful for spacing, combos, and also just KOs as well. So yeah, strong moveset, very strong moveset, about the same again as it was back in Brawl, just with some minor difficulties. I don't think he had the same version of the Super Robo Beam back in Brawl as he does here in Smash 4. It's not as like big and noticeable, I guess, or maybe he just had the one version. But anyways, here is our boy R.O.B. This NES accessory was released in 1985, a groundbreaking system that controlled the robot via a game on the screen. In Smash Bros, R.O.B has 2 projectile weapons and can use his rocket base to fly through the air. If you let his Robo Beam charge over time, it'll make for a powerful blast. And the games we have are just generally Nintendo Entertainment System, Robotic Operating Buddy, as he was an accessory back on the NES, but then as a character in Mario Kart DS on the DS. So pretty cool, actually. They brought him back very briefly for a game, not even just as a cameo, as like a full-on character that you unlock, which I think is really cool. I'm actually really glad they added him in that game. But anyways, that is it for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Thank you so much for watching. In the next one, we're going to be heading through Classic Mode, running through as the Ness. Yeah, the Ness, right? The PSI Kid Ness from the Mother series. And we'll see how this guy goes. So subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch and all the other channels, are of course down in the description. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Pop-Tart out.